Hey Trail Riders, welcome back to the Daily Ride. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today's focal passage is going to come from Jonah chapter 2 verse 9, which says, "Salvation is of the Lord." Daily Fire thought for today is, "Lord, strengthen me so that where you lead, I will follow." Mark my word passages for today is Psalm 31, 1 through 3, Jonah chapter 1 to chapter 4, Luke 11, 29 through 32. The scriptures that get us through the Bible in a year are Numbers 10, Psalm 46 and 47, Song of Solomon chapter 8, and Hebrews chapter 8. Today we're going to be talking about Jonah, the reluctant evangelist. When you read through the Bible, beginning at Genesis, you will find nothing said about evangelism until you get to the little book of Jonah, a book that stands out from the rest of the Bible. It is almost the evangelist Vade Mecum, the personal handbook for daily use. Though most people are acquainted with Jonah, including some Christians, many believe that the story presented in the book, they think that it's something a little fishy about the story of Jonah. Pun intended. However, Jesus and his contemporaries regarded it as history, not as a fable or even a parable. And whoever wrote down the story of Jonah knew how to write. The small book deserves our close attention. This is an evil generation. It seeks a sign, and no sign will be given to except the sign of Jonah the prophet. For as Jonah became a sign to the Ninevites, so also the Son of Man will be to this generation. The men of Nineveh will rise up in the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and indeed a greater than Jonah is here. Luke 11, 29 through 30, and then verse 32. The prophet Jonah lived about 800 years before Christ. He heard the call of God to go to Nineveh, the last capital city of the Assyrian Empire. It stood on the river Tigris, 600 miles as a crow flies due east from where Jonah lived. Instead of going to Nineveh, however, Jonah bought a passage to a ship to go to Tarshish. That is, going the opposite direction due west, which was in completely the opposite direction of where Nineveh stood. He was desperate to get away from the obligation. Nineveh was the last place that he wanted to go. Have you ever been in that place where God has asked you to do something for Him, to go somewhere for Him, or just do that you didn't want to do it? I know I have. I wasted 5 years of what I feel like wasted 5 years of my life running from the call into the ministry. Yet I have found that every time I stepped out in faith to obey Him and trust Him, His mercy was always there to lead me and guide me. In you, O Lord, I put my trust. For you are my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for your name's sake, lead me and guide me. Psalm 31, 1 and then verse 3. If God is asking you to step out in faith to do something today, just say yes and let Him lead you and guide you today. God bless you guys. I hope you'll continue to follow me here on the Daily Ride, and I'll see you on the next trail ride.